My name is Holly Oberacker. I'm an art therapist. Here on Cape Cod, I have a private practice, and my practice is general. I work with kids, teens, adults, and families, and mood disorders, depression, anxiety. The bulk of my practice is made up of kids and families challenged by ADHD. And as an art therapist, when the clients come to work with me, I'll ask them to create an art project either as a way to talk about the issues we're dealing with, whether it's their mood or a secondary issue related to ADHD, such as social skills or low self-esteem. Or more typically, what I'll do is have them create an art project that can actually be used as a tool or a strategy either at home or at school. So they're walking away with a real visual tool. I work with Tracy Bromley Goodwin. Together we have a company called Navigating ADHD, Inc. And what we do is we support families, parents, professionals, teachers with ADHD. And we came together because we had some mutual clients where I was working with them therapeutically, and Tracy's background is as a teacher, and so she was working with them to develop educational or organizational strategies. She now has an ADHD coaching practice. And we got together because we had mutual clients, and in our discussions, we found that we were hearing the same things, that the parents were feeling alone and overwhelmed, and there were so many pieces that they needed to put together, and they were having trouble managing all of the communication. So Tracy and I founded Navigating ADHD to merge both of our backgrounds to complete that circle. So when we're working with the families, we are addressing the therapeutic needs, we're addressing the educational needs, and we're completing the circle between the doctors, the teachers, the parents, and all of the support team for the children. The reason why we founded our company, Navigating ADHD, was to tell them that they're not alone, that we are there to bridge that gap, to form the circle between all of the caregivers, because a child with ADHD doesn't just see a tutor. They don't just have troubles in school. They don't just have troubles in the community with social skills. They can have all the troubles, or they can have some of them, but pretty typically they work with a lot of professionals, and the parents themselves are feeling frenzied because they're going from one appointment to the next and there's no continuity. So with Tracy's background as a teacher and mine as a therapist and our communication style, what we do is we bridge that gap. It's beneficial to have both counseling and the educational perspective because ADHD isn't just one set of symptoms. It typically challenges the kids both at school and at home in the social area. So if we're approaching it from all around, kind of a wraparound effect, we can find strategies that will work quicker, more immediate, and be more long-lasting. Families are referred to Tracy and I at Navigating ADHD either by their schools or by their pediatricians or by anybody else who's supporting them, and that could be coaches, that could be after-school activities, tutors, and they come to us because what Tracy and I do is we do complete that circle, and we provide trainings, workshops. We go into the schools and support the families if they're having troubles with their IEPs. We'll go in and we'll create individualized reports for that child for the school team. And then we also like to communicate those strategies with the doctors, with the families, and with anybody else, their counselors, whoever the child is working with, so that everybody's using the same language, using the same strategies. And we also have parent education support groups. Within those groups, we spend, they're either 4 or 10-week long groups, and part of it is education, where we're actually teaching the families about ADHD. And it's beyond just what ADHD is and what it isn't. It's all of the kind of intricacies of ADHD that isn't well known. So we teach them that, and then we also provide the support. And the group members provide support for each other. They may come to us with an individual problem that's happened at home, and we can give them a strategy right there on the spot. So our clients are the family, and our focus is the child that we work with. And my favorite thing about working with children with ADHD is their incredible creativity. There's so many strengths associated with ADHD that Tracy and I really focus on unveiling, that sometimes the kids don't even know they have these strengths. And I love that moment in their eyes when we tell them that they do have these strengths and they aren't a child that isn't stupid or have all these problems, which is what they come to me saying, that, oh, I'm just stupid, I can't get it. But when I explain to them exactly how their brain works and why we can find strategies to help them, this light goes off in their eyes and they get it. Especially when I explain to them the part about attention, that it's not that they can't pay attention and they can't focus, which is what they're hearing in school all day long. You need to pay attention. It's not that. It's that they are paying attention to everything in the room, all of the little things that nobody else can pay attention to. I tell them they have super attention. And they love hearing that because it's the first time somebody has taken something that they're challenged by and told them that there's not something wrong with them. There's actually something pretty cool about them. And that's why we do this. We love seeing the look in their eyes when they realize that we are there to help them and find those strengths, because they all have them. They all have 1 or 2 or 10 things that they are just amazing at. And creativity is my favorite one to pull out.